Just Pearly Things did a no. But let's break it down a little more. Zell, which way are you gonna go? Zell, which way are you gonna represent this story? Let me tell you how I perceive this story. I never thought Pearl knew anything. If you watch her content, if you consume her content, the little I did, I quickly realized that she's like some well-off kid who never really experienced life. So most of her life experience is coming through some random interview in which she brings up, oh, this woman divorced because of chores. And if you never really lived a life where you tell a child that someone leaves their husband or wife over chores, they seem to think that that is crazy. They seem to think that is ignorant. And those things really, as Disney said, relays on something else. If you don't do the basics, you're not going to do the important things either. It's going to lead to like sexless marriages and all that stuff. And then all of a sudden, the whole relationship breaks up because two of the people don't like each other. So I never saw her expert at anything. She only goes off information she hears from someone else without fully understanding the concept, which unfortunately a lot of people on the internet do, especially new age babies who don't go out and live their lives. They don't really understand concepts of why this certain thing leads to this certain thing. So it goes to her comments when she said slavery was embellished because she told a fact that the creator of Roots said he wanted to create a myth that their people can live by. His comments, unfortunately, he passed away around the time the article came out in about 94, 95. I don't remember quite the year. You can check it up. But basically, what he is saying is I created a myth basically because he didn't really do a lot of research into said things, because a lot of it doesn't make sense from the roots category. I'm going to give you an example just to expound on my point. First off, hitting the slave and saying, what's your name, boy? And he just responding back is unrealistic because Africans didn't really speak English. So those scenarios set up was to inspire rather than tell an accurate story of slavery. Now, where the problem comes in at is that when you say it and you say slavery was embellished because this one fact I have, just like I had that one fact about the chore, this fact becomes more of, in my mind, an embellishment, an unrealistic expectation because those things didn't happen. But I want to talk about the problem that black community have today with that said attitude, right? Let's talk about first the Mandingo. Mandingo fights were a thing. Mandingos were treated technically well. Oftentimes, Mandingo win enough fights, they can even get free. They got to sleep with their chore women to create the best breed of slave, right? You get the best breed, so they breed them and they pick them to be with this and that. And being more masculine and powerful was a powerful thing. Which leads to hypermasculinity today, over hypermasculinity, because you have always been rewarded as a black man to be overtly masculine. The Mandingo, like I said, could sleep with anybody, and they would breed them, and they would do all kind of things with them. This is historically accurate. You can actually even read slave owners' manifestos on this. You can also go and see that the weaker black men would often be sterilized. They would often be looked down upon. They would often, sometimes, find a way to get rid of, I would say. Whether it's teeth pulling or some excessive things. Where slaves usually beaten up. Let's talk about that a little bit. Slavery, typically, unless they rebelled, according to historical fact, they technically did not a lot. However, if you weren't as strong, like I said, teeth pulling, finding ways to get rid of you, experimenting diseases on you, putting coats of chicken pox to see how you react, yours is an experiment. Oh, we're going to try this new medicine on this poor slave. Does that sound better than getting beaten? It's up to you. Many other things. And the weaker slaves would often see the stronger slaves as being advantageous, getting their pick of the litter, which make, again, hypermasculinity in modern day a thing of necessity. Your pride, easy to anger, easy to fight, easy to argue, easy to entertain. And you can still see it. Black people are often still athletes. That's also from the breeding specific breeding, and also the, let's say, fighting behavior, entertainment aspect. Comedians, anything to entertain, those things are often looked upon as good. That's why black people often are entertainment still to this day, because that's what succeeded back then. If I was good at certain things, if I could fight, if I could do this, and if I could do that, I was rewarded. So oftentimes you even look in the manosphere, doing those things are not rewarded no more. Therefore, it kind of looks bad to us. Why is the world changing when we always been rewarded for being this? So oftentimes, so is that technically better than the embellishments of what Anthony wrote in Roots? The unhistorical context? You decide. It ain't for me to decide. But at the same time, saying things like, oh, it might have been embellished, it ain't a myth, it's a myth they can live upon, is ignorant. It really is, because at the end of the day, and I'll be that guy, it shows a disconnect between what's happening among black people and what's happening to the people that see black people. Oh, your life wasn't that bad. How did that affect you? How does that do things? I can be here all day telling you how the effects of the mental gymnastics can affect you. I already told you one in the theme of the Mandingo. It's plenty more that can lead to why negative behavior seems to be wanted among black people. But we're not going to get into that. This is just about that one comment that JustPearlyThings said that was true, but with a lot of lack of context. Not the embellished part, but what the Roots author said. And I'll be that guy to tell you probably shouldn't listen to a person that don't have life experience or isn't well read on something. But hey, it's internet, it's YouTube. Anyone can say anything. They can tell you that some person did this and that, and they have no experiences in that field, but they can tell you what they heard someone say, somebody else said that somebody else said. And I'm going to tell you with no experience to like and subscribe. Peace.